So my name is Kingsley. I've been in mineral exploration focused for the last 15 years. Our company that I'm going to be presenting is called Enduro Metals. We've had this project for about 3 years. The project was held by another company for about 20 years, and in the last 3 years, we've applied systematic exploration, soil sampling, geochemistry, geophysics, drilling, and we've made several discoveries. Just going to move forward. This is a different type of presentation. Our CEO and myself have been traveling the last 3 months. We've been to over 6 countries, have done this presentation. We believe we're on the cusp of a major valuation increase. So I won't have time to go through all the technical stuff. I don't think you guys are here for the technical stuff. You guys can come to my booth after. But this is more of the investment case, not just for us, but for the area as well as mineral exploration globally. I will be making forward-looking statements. Please read it upon your own time. So thank you to the Kingdom for the hospitality. Arabian hospitality has been tremendously amazing. I've been here since Friday. I've toured the city. I've gone to so many places. I love this place. And inshallah, I believe this is going to be a destination for business, for tourism, for everything because of the Vision 2030. I'm really excited for your Kingdom. To build a kingdom, we need more metals and minerals than ever before. We're explorers. We're not miners. We don't produce. We discover, and then we find a miner to acquire it off of us. So Enduro Metals. This is our market cap. We're 55 million market capitalization. We can go through this later. Our team is filled with seasoned veterans as well as new age thinkers, technically trained geologists. We're the largest shareholders in our company. So we've explored over 3,000 square kilometers in the Golden Triangle. I'm going to show you where the Golden Triangle is. It actually reminds me of Saudi Arabia. 10 years ago, the Golden Triangle was not very active in discoveries and exploration and production. Now, we've seen over $5 billion worth of infrastructure in the last 6 years, $5 billion worth of M&A in the last 3 years. It's one of the hottest areas in the world. It's also the most mineral endowed district in the world, and it's such a small area relative to the kingdom that I believe that you guys will be excited. So Rob Mcewen, he's one of our largest investors. He's invested over $2.5 million. He's the founder of Gold Corp, which was one of the largest gold companies in the world. Our CEO is the largest shareholder. He's invested $2.5 million. I've personally invested more money than I've ever invested in any other company I've worked in the last 15 years into Enduro. This is all in Canadian dollars. We've done 3 exploration seasons. Last year we did our biggest, and we have about 95% of our drill assay results still pending. We've only put out one single hole last year, but it was 331 meters of 0.7% copper equivalent. That is a discovery hole. It's a copper-gold alkalic porphyry system, first drilled by us. So this is where we are relative to where the kingdom is. That's British Columbia up here. This is where the Golden Triangle is. That's where we're focused. This is for you as an investor. This is we start exploration, and then investors come in. Discovery is made. Major comes in to buy out your company. Economic studies are done, and then we go into construction, production, and then reclamation. This is our ride as investors. We believe Enduro is just in the beginning. Perfect time to enter. This is the Golden Triangle. So it is a large area, 100 kilometers by 100 kilometers in scale, just for your example. Many deposits, world-class deposits. I'm just going to quickly go through them. In this area that we call area of interest, the Takoga camp has 1.2 million meters of drilling. In order to discover deposits, you have to drill. Many majors deposits are in this little area up there. Lots of activity, billions of dollars of investment has gone into it. 40 million ounces gold, 140 million ounces silver, 23 billion pounds of copper just in that small area down there. Now the next area over to the bottom here, same thing, majors, deposits, a lot of activity, a lot of money being invested into this area, lots of endowment. Next area, same thing. Like all of these areas, I'm just going to quickly go through it. I don't got much time to go through this whole presentation. I can go through it anytime with you. But essentially, the amount of endowment in this Golden Triangle is phenomenal. Lots of activity, lots of majors are coming in the last 3 years. Teck and Newmont have the Galore Creek, 21 million pounds or ounces of gold, 16 billion pounds of copper, lots of endowment. Our project is right here. You can see in the outline. We have 650,000 hectares. This property was essentially, just to give you a comparison, there's the Kingdom. That's the size of our Golden Triangle in Canada. It's a small area relative. So imagine how much deposits you guys can discover here in Saudi Arabia. Potential is endless. So this is about our project area now. It's about the same size as every other area, but only 50,000 meters of drilling. Every other area has millions of meters of drilling, yet our area only has 50,000 meters of drilling. Like I said in the beginning, if you want to discover deposits, you have to drill. In this area, in the Golden Triangle, over $4.5 billion in infrastructure, hydroelectric facilities, roads, power, you name it. It's all come in the last 6 years. In the last 3 years, $5 billion worth of M&A and investments. Our project is, like I said, 65,000 hectares. It's along the arc parallel. Our project is virtually untouched by modern exploration. The last company that we acquired, well, we're going to own this property outright 100% by next month. That company that held it for 20 years, they did some programs, but not too much. One thing to understand is there used to be glaciers here. 20 years ago, this whole place was covered in glaciers. They're receding, global warming, unfortunately, but it's creating a lot of opportunities. We're literally walking on land that nobody has ever walked on before, and we're discovering deposits on surface of high grade. In total on our project, 31,000 meters of drilling. We've drilled, I think, about 18,000 meters in the last 3 years. We've already identified 4 large-scale high-grade systems. Our main focus was this discovery last year. Like I said, 330 meters of 0.7% copper gold equivalent. Alkalic copper gold porphyry systems are the most sought after deposits in the world. They're very high grade in gold and copper, low tonnage, high grade. You know, it's less disturbance to the world, and it's easier to profit for the miners. Like I said, we drilled 18,000 meters. We have 95% of our assays from about 7,000 meters of drilling last year about to come out. So now's a good time to at least put us on your radar. So this is our project going from east to west. Like I said, we have 4 project areas we've already identified. That's a scale of 5 kilometers, very large footprints, very large scale. The first one's Burgundy 72, which I mentioned, our alkalic porphyry. Then we got a high-grade gold-copper system. And over there we have our earlier stage areas, high-grade silver-zinc system, as well as a system that's high-grade gold, copper, silver, zinc, lead, nickel, cobalt. Very high grade on surface, about 9.9 by 4 kilometers in geochemical footprint, 3 kilometer geophysic footprint. We don't know what it is. We don't know what type of system it could be. It could be another porphyry. It could be an IOCG deposit, which is an iron ore oxide gold project. But I really love this. So Mark Bristow's here in the Kingdom right now, and to remain relevant as a gold company, you've got to go for bigger and bigger gold deposits. When you move into what we call the porphyry deposits, more copper comes with gold. He also said a few months ago, gold companies, if you want to survive this market, you also have to be in copper. We are big believers in copper. The rest of the world should be as well. So about our project, this is where we made the discovery last year, arc parallel to major tier 1 deposits. This is the area you can see, 2,000 meters. We got about a 2.3 kilometer strike length. And down here, Burgundy Ridge, that's where we hit the 331 meters of 0.71% copper equivalent. What's really important is we believe we're distal to the center of the porphyry system. Why do we believe that? is because of, if you look at the breakdown of that one hole, you can see the zinc and the silver numbers are really high relative to a porphyry system. When you're in the center of a porphyry, it's too hot for silver and zinc to survive. So yeah, like we have a lot more drilling to come, and we're going to be stepping out, going towards the center. If we're getting grades like that and we're still distal to the center, imagine what the grades could be once we get closer to the center. Once again, the grades for our Calic gold porphyry systems, what's really important is the 1-to-1 ratio of copper and gold. That's what I'm talking about, high grade. Starts from surface. It's open everywhere, all directions. That is on surface, about a 400-kilometer Gaussian. You can see it from the helicopter. Really quickly, that's where we hit. Look at the oxidized copper on surface. It's fresh. Like the glaciers are receding. We're walking everywhere on this stuff. This is a comparison. I'm not going to go through this, but Galore Creek, which is a huge deposit to the northwest of us, that's their deposit outline. And you can see the potential elephants that we're going after. That's a tier 1 deposit right there. And we're checking all the boxes. Can't go through this. I'm going to run out of time. I want to show you guys the gold stuff real quick because that's exciting as well too. We weren't excited until we saw this core on site from the historic drilling. And so this is a historic area. We have a historic deposit right here. Wasn't very exciting, about 300,000 ounces gold, average grade 5 grams per ton starting from surface. But then we started applying systematic exploration, and we started making discovery holes. 188 meters of 1 gram gold away from the historic resource, and then 150 meters away we hit about 9 meters of 31 grams at depth, at where we believed it would be. It's just dipping into the hill, which the former teams that worked here didn't understand the orientation of the system. We figured it out, and we're hitting, which is the most important thing. Very high grade, and it's open. That's my presentation. Feel free to come to my booth. Shukran.